Hey guys, welcome back to the video. My question to you is, are you a habitual quitter? You probably are, aren't you? You probably start some shit and then you quit, and then you gotta, the diet starts Monday. I'm heading to the gym on January 1, Monday, which January 1 this year is Monday. So the gym is gonna be packed. Jiu-jitsu is gonna be packed. All the little things are gonna be packed. And the reality is this: quitting is contagious, and we've seen this at the project. Mario, you can actually speak to that, can't you?
Yep.
And when one guy quits, it's like after the first person quits, it's like just a roller coaster ride of people quitting.
Yeah.
Because it's like they give them permission. It's like the one guy is like, oh, if he can quit mentally now, it's like, well, he did it.
Yeah. He did it. I got to know.
I can do it. And that becomes a problem, right? Because when you start quitting on yourself, and there's a reason why they ring the bell 3 times, is because they quit on themselves, they quit on their team, they quit on the next thing. Their team could be the team there, their family, whatever. But then they also, the third time, that's the really big one, because it's the next thing that they're going to quit on. Because if they quit there, they're definitely quitting somewhere else. And, you know, I made a video a while back about how I failed Marine Corps martial arts instructor course. And I wouldn't say it's a quit. It was more of like a bitch out in a way. So I challenge you to go find that video, or maybe it's linked somewhere. We can link it, right, Mario?
Yeah, we'll link it.
Okay. It's a good story. It's a good Nick Koumalatsos fail stuff. Everybody likes to watch me fail, so go watch that to watch me fail. It's a good video, though. But the reality is, it starts way earlier than that. It starts first thing in the morning, or even that. It starts the night before the first thing in the morning, where you set the intention to set your alarm clock. And you're like, I'm going to get up at this time because I'm going to do this thing. Maybe you're going to start a fitness routine. Maybe you're going to meditate. Maybe you're going to read the Bible. It doesn't really matter. But you set the intention to do something, so you set your alarm, and then you hit fucking snooze. And that's where it really begins. And a lot of people are like, oh, come on, dude. What's 5 minutes? You know, what's snooze on an iPhone? 8 minutes, something like that?
Yeah, it's 8 minutes.
8 minutes. And the reality is, you know, you think that it's not a really big deal, but think about how cancer starts. 1 cell, right? And it turns into 2 and then 3. And, you know, when you start doing that, you quit on your alarm clock. You quit on that one time. The problem with that is, you told yourself you wanted to do something, and then your bitch self said, no, it's not that important. So you cheated on your own goals. And that's the worst person you could cheat on, is yourself. Because you just told your subconscious that it's not that important. It's not that important. My goals are not that important. And what happens there is, it becomes a habitual problem. Because the next thing, it's just easier to quit on things. It's easier to just go, oh, the diet starts tomorrow. The diet starts next week. I'll make it up the next time. Instead of just being non-negotiable with your goals, non-negotiable with the man that you want to become. If you find yourself never finishing a project, never reaching your goals, I'd really challenge you to rewind, start back, and go, no matter what, I'm going to get this done. I set the intention. I'm going to keep my promise to myself, because my goals are the most important thing. In another video, I talk about how, you know, working on yourself, investing in yourself is the most important thing that you can do in your life, because of the second and third order effects. But right now we're talking about quitting. But to get to that level, to work on yourself, maybe the first thing is just having some fucking commitment and discipline, and being a man of your word. And if you make a promise, you fucking keep it, period. That's it. So I challenge you to do that. Set your fucking alarm clock, and it starts with the smallest things. It starts with the alarm clock. It starts with, hey, honey, I'm going to be home at this time, or we're going to go on this date night, or we're going to do this thing, or I'm going to do this. Keep your word, because every single time you don't do it, because of whatever reason, you just chip away and erode at your core values. You erode at your confidence. You erode at the man that you could become. And then, when you don't keep your promises and you're constantly quitting, you build resentment in other fucking people, and then they don't respect you as much. So if you're wondering why your kids or your wife or your coworkers don't respect you, it's because you're not a man of your word. Stop quitting. And when other ones around you start quitting, dial it in even harder. Use that as fuel to keep going, not to give yourself permission to quit. Now, Nick, you're saying, Nick, there's this thing, what if you hit a roadblock? Fucking go around it. There's a Y in the road. You can pivot. You can go through it, go underneath it, go over it, figure it out. I didn't build, 3 7-figure businesses by, 2 7-figure businesses and 1 8-figure business by throwing in the towel every time it got fucking tough. Shit's fucking hard, man. It is hard. Doing that kind of work is difficult. People talking shit about you, making up shit, hating on you. Hell, there's probably one of you guys are hating on this video right now. Guess what? There'll be another fucking video and then another one and another one and another one, and it'll fucking keep going. I don't give a shit. But that's my point, is because there's no quit. We might pivot, we might adjust, we might learn, we might fix things, but we don't quit. Period. Because quitting is contagious, and you're the most important person in your life. And if you value the people in your life, then you need to become the very best person that you can become. And that means no fucking quit. So that's it. Never quit, never surrender, always forward. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.